Well, I'm John Emery, as most of you know. I am a senior here at BHSM. I'm 16 years old, and I've loved coming to this school. I thank you to all the teachers. I want to thank you. So everyone get their notes out for all your note takers. And tonight, I'm going to be preaching on whether or not women should be able to speak in the church. I'm kidding. No. No way, we're not doing that today. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so my message tonight is branching off of Kenna's message. Well done, McKenna. So I'll be talking about just burning for the Lord and how to tend and stay connected with that relationship with the Lord. So when you accept Jesus into your life for the first time and you get baptized, God lights this fire inside you, this one for Him. And it's great at first, it's awesome, and but then this thing happens called life, and you can go down the road months or years, and then you have job, finances, and it's very easy to put God on the back burner. It's like if you have a fire, you light this fire and you walk away from it, and you don't tend to it, you don't keep feeding it wood, it'll slowly die. The flame will get smaller over time, then it'll just be coals, it'll be warm, and eventually it'll go out. So you need to tend to your fire. Okay, for anyone taking notes, the title of my message is You Don't Have to Strive to Burn. So I went to my good friend, ChatGPT. I've been in a lot of trouble with this ChatGPT. Don't try and have it write your essays, because teachers know. Okay, and it came up, the definition of striving in a spiritual or emotional context. Striving can mean trying in your own strength to be good enough, earn approval, or maintain something like passion or faith, often leading to exhaustion or burnout. Have you ever seen a candle struggle to burn? It doesn't. All it needs is a flame and something to sustain it. In the same way, we weren't made to strive, we were made to stay lit by the presence of God. Burning for Jesus isn't about running yourself dry. It's about staying connected to the source of the fire. I know this personally. Not long ago, I found myself burning out. Not because I was doing too much for God, but because I wasn't tending to my relationship with Him at all. When I was 13, I went away for the summer to work for my extended family's road construction company. And I was surrounded by people and family who didn't know Jesus. I was young and very influenced at the time. They were living by the world's standards and not God's. I began to look up to them. And by allowing them to influence me, I slowly started to drift further and further away from my relationship with the Lord. The people around me didn't push me towards Jesus, they pulled me away. But God, being so gracious, gave me a godly community in my life. At 14, I started working at the church, Cave Valley Church, as an intern for Pastor Tim. I interned weekly through the winters, which eventually led me to being on staff as maintenance. But when the summer rolled around, I would go back to my family's company, summer after summer, and by the time I was 16, I had worked my way into a higher position. I had better pay. I lost my spot, 1 second. Okay, here we go. I had better pay, nice company truck, and I was in charge of a crew, and I loved it. But work and money became my focus. I was working so many hours that the desire for success took over. Slowly but surely, I could feel myself growing distant from God. I wasn't praying, and I only touched the Bible in church. And I wasn't staying connected to godly community outside of the church. I wasn't fully tending to my flame. I was on the fence, the Sunday morning Christian, and then allowing the world to influence me throughout the week. My mom, she's out there,
I love you!
Love you too. My mom could see this in me. She saw how I had grown distant from God. So she enrolled me in the ministry school VHSM. I didn't like the idea of it at first. I wanted to just go off and work and make lots of money, but I ended up being convinced with some persuasion from Leah. So how do you burn for Jesus without striving and burning out? Here are 3 simple truths that changed my life. Number 1, stay close to the flame. Intimacy or overactivity. You don't have to do more to burn brighter. You just need to stay close to the flame, Jesus, the flame himself. That's where the passion, strength, and fire come from. Luke 10:38-42 tells the story of Mary and Martha. Martha was busy striving, doing all the work, but Mary chose to sit at the feet of Jesus, to stay close to him. Jesus said Mary has chosen what is better. When you choose presence over performance, the flame takes care of itself.
That's so good.
Number 2, fuel the fire daily. Consistency over intensity. Fires don't stay lit on yesterday's wood. You've got to add fresh fuel daily. I'll say it again. Fires do not stay lit on yesterday's wood. You have to add fresh fuel daily. Spending time with God doesn't have to be a huge dramatic moment. It's about choosing Him daily. Reading the Word, praying, worshiping keeps the fire alive. Matthew 6:11 says, Give us this day our daily bread. God designed it to be daily, not once in a while. Number 3, don't burn alone. Community over isolation. Proverbs 13:20 says, He who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will be destroyed. Choose wisely. When I was isolated and working all the time, I had no godly community, or very little. And I didn't even notice how far I drifted from God. But when I finally said yes to going to VHSM, I got around people who were burning for Jesus, and my flame came back to life. Hebrews 10:24-25 says, Let us consider how we may spur on one another on towards love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, but encouraging one another. A fire burns brightest when the logs are stacked together. If you try to burn alone, you will burn out. Surround yourself with people who push you towards Jesus. For my closing, you weren't created to strive, you were created to shine and be lit by the presence of God. God isn't asking for your performance, He's after your heart. Stay close, stay consistent, stay connected, and the flame will keep burning. Matthew 11:28 says, Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you the rest. The pressure is not on you to keep the flame burning, it's on you to stay close to the flame. So I want to challenge everyone in this room tonight. Take the next step by choosing Him daily. Open your Bibles, spend time with Him in prayer. Get in a godly community, whether that's going to church or finding a good Bible study. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, I don't have to go to church to have a relationship with the Lord or to be saved. Yes, that's true. But it's not, it's about the community. If you really want to have what God really has for you, just in its full effect, then community really helps with that. So watch what God does with your yes. Thank you.
who was so scared. He couldn't, so he had to remind himself to breathe. Like you would, I'm so proud of you, because that is like night and day. Like you are called for that. That was so good.
Yep.
All right, this next speaker